The customer brought their vehicle in, reporting that the engine was running rough and the check engine light was on. I started by confirming the customer's complaint and found that the engine indeed ran rough. I connected a scan tool to the vehicle and found two codes, P0300, Random Multiple Cylinder Misfire Detected, and P0304, Cylinder 4 Misfire Detected. These codes indicated that there was a misfire occurring, with Cylinder 4 being specifically affected. To investigate further, I inspected the ignition coil, which is responsible for providing the spark needed for combustion. There were no visible issues, such as cracks, corrosion, or other obvious damage. I then connected a spark tester to the ignition coil, cranked the engine, and observed the spark. The spark was erratic, which confirmed that there was an issue with the ignition system. To narrow down the cause, I attached a lab scope with an inductive ammeter to the ignition coil's control circuit. This allowed me to monitor the ignition coil's primary amperage waveform while cranking the engine. The waveform on the lab scope showed irregularities that indicated the ignition coil was shorted internally. This confirmed that the ignition coil was the root cause of the misfire. After diagnosing the problem, I replaced the faulty ignition coil with a new one. Once the replacement was complete, I tested the vehicle again to ensure the issue was resolved. The engine ran smoothly and the check engine light stayed off. The misfire codes did not return, confirming that the repair was successful. The ignition coil is a critical component of the ignition system, as it generates the high-voltage spark necessary for combustion. A faulty ignition coil can cause misfires, rough engine performance, reduced fuel efficiency, and increased emissions. By diagnosing and replacing the defective ignition coil, I was able to restore the engine's proper operation and resolve the customer's concerns.